that leading up to the election and even the flip outs that occurred after, do you think that had any impact on how black men and women, engage each other, perceive each other? Because you notice you didn't see any brothers flipping out like that. You didn't see brothers flip out like that when Biden was elected. You didn't see brothers flip out when Trump was elected. Either time, you don't see these crash outs on media and social media and whatnot. Do you think, tell us what your thoughts are as far as after the election, how black men and women may have perceived each other based on, these kind of electoral investments, because there seemed to be a difference in how, in what we were looking for, what we invest in, and to what extent. Any thoughts about that?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I just have to admit it, like there's a real threat to the material advantages that black women have been able to gain from, the kind of social policies that have been enacted by the left.
Mm.
It's just a fact. I mean, they've been advanced. I mean, women in general have been advanced due to sex being included in the Civil Rights Act.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, life for us has been the same. We've been left out of it. Just imagine, like, okay, you go to the party, it's a pizza party, and when you get there, it's like a couple of pieces of sausage and pepperoni left in the box. Like, that's what you get. But everybody else gets a slice of the pie.
Mm.
We already know we're going to get the crumbs,
Mm.
leftovers. So what are we crying about? There's nothing for us to cry about.
Mm-hmm.
We know what we're going to get. Now, you, on the other hand, if you've been given policy initiatives and you've been given access to positions, whether it be governmental positions, whether it be, educational positions or admissions into professional programs or whatever.
Access to grants, even welfare. But go ahead, yeah.
That's a real threat to them, but it ain't no threat to us.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of brothers are like, okay, let's level the playing field then. So you've been given a leg up because we kind of been left out of these policies. They haven't been targeted towards us and improving and progressing our livelihoods. Now, and the funny thing about it is white women is coming after y'all asses.
Mm.
How you like that? How you ace? You need to crash out on them.
Mm.
Didn't Joy Reid or one of them ladies who was, talking about black men, then they recant and say, well, I gotta start to I gotta apologize. It wasn't black men who did it.
Yeah, she did. And the illest part to that is if you go back, because this data is publicly available. If you go back at least, 6 years, go back to 2016, the election. Black men have been voting pretty consistently, across the board. Now, like you said, there's been a growing number of black men voting on the right, but the majority of black male voters tend to vote left, and they tend to vote extremely progressive. And as I pointed out in a previous show, they voted for women to the highest degrees. So when black men started to get picked out as the impromptu cause of Kamala's failure, the week she was picked as the front runner for the Democrats, it made no sense on a demographic level because black men have been consistently progressive left voters, right? So it was really an attack. And like you said, people like Joy Reid were responsible for that attack because it was unwarranted. We all know it's white women's votes that have not only changed the game for whoever's in office, whoever gets picked, it's white women's votes that usually determine that. But for black men to be picked out and targeted in that way, especially by prominently visible black women, it makes no sense. It really, just pissed a lot of people off. And then, of course,